Did you ever hear about the fall of Troy, right? The Trojan horse. Now, let me give you an idea of what it's about. And please pay attention to me because what I'm about to share with you is going to help you a great deal in life. Like it is going to save you from a lot of unnecessary stress and unnecessary heartbreak, especially if you're a lady. Listen to me carefully. Now, according to ancient mythology, right, Greek mythology, there's a time that Greek was trying to, I think it was Greek, right? They were trying to subdue the kingdom of Troy, right? Troy at the time. Now, what happened was that the battle lasted for over 50 years, but the gates of Troy was so tightly secured, right? The fences and all of that. It was, the city of Troy was tightly secured, right? Now, what happened was that they fought at the shores, for years and all of that. I learned over 50 about close to 50 years anyway, right, around that time. Now they fought and fought and fought, and then they were unable to penetrate the gates of Troy to destroy Troy. Now what happened? Now Odysseus, right, which is one of the kings of the Greek, right? Odysseus came up with an idea. Odysseus was a fucking smart guy. So what he did was that he created what they called a horse, right? A Trojan horse. And in that horse, right, they were to present it to, they wanted to present the horse to the Trojans, to Troy, right, as some form of a gift, to say, okay, so we've tried penetrating you guys for years and nothing. Okay, so this is a gift we're giving to you. We are leaving your land, we're leaving your shores, and we are going back to Greece, right? So they came up with the Trojan, they came up with a horse, right, carved like a wooden horse, right, and then they dropped it at the shore, right. Now guess what? When the king of Troy, the king of Troy and the elders, right, when they saw this, they were like, oh, okay, so finally the Greeks have considered defeat, right? Because at the time when they came, the Greeks have already left they've left, right? They've sailed away and all of that. Now, guess what? So they took this wooden horse, this gift, right? They dragged it and they brought it into their kingdom, right? Into their gates, they brought it into their city, and they started celebrating, right? They were celebrating, and all of that. They were joyful, they were happy, they were excited. Finally, the Greeks have gone back. We won the battle, we won the war, that lasted almost 50 years and all of that. And they were super excited. The soldiers were drunk, everybody was drinking. They were happy for the victory that they've had. But guess what? At night, right, the wooden horse, right, they've noticed that soldiers, people started coming out of the wooden horse. Guess what the Greek did, right? In that horse, right, in that wooden horse, they packed up that wooden horse with their best soldiers. So the likes of Achilles was in the horse there, right? They packed their best soldiers in the wooden horse, and they penetrated what? They penetrated Troy, right? And that was the downfall of Troy. That was how Troy, the city that they tried to penetrate for years and were unable to. That was how they were able to destroy Troy. Now, what does that tell you? What is the lesson? You see, many times people do not understand what they call gifts, right? People do not understand the dark side of gifts, right? And that is what I want to share with you in this video. Understanding the dark side of gifts, right? Especially if you're a lady. So you could hear ladies say things like, oh, if he loves me, he has to be spending on me and all of that. This soft life syndrome, right? Fucking bullshit, right? You hear things like, oh, a man is supposed to take care of his baby, a guy is supposed to take care of his girlfriend and all of that. But many times what you do not understand is that these gifts that these people give many times, they are not just gifts, right? They are what you call invisible handcuffs, right? And these handcuffs are shackles that they wrap around your hand, they wrap around your life, and then they control you invariably, right? And many times, you need to learn to stay away from pressure from social media, society giving you stupid narratives. Oh, if he loves me, he's supposed to be doing this and all of that. And then it brings some form of entitlement mentality, right? You need to understand that whenever you receive a gift, listen to me carefully, whenever you receive a gift from anybody, one way or the other, subconsciously, you are indebted to that person. Whether you know it or not, whether you choose to believe it or not, one way or the other, in fact, subconsciously, you are indebted to the person. Now, if you do not understand that, it is because of the law called the Law of Reciprocity, right? Now, whenever you receive a gift from someone, subconsciously in your mind, there is this urge, there is this desire for you to reciprocate the gift one way or the other. You might not be able to reciprocate it in the same way they give it to you, right? Or in the kind that they give it to you. And then one way or the other, you feel obligated to reciprocate it, in the way they want. And many times it might not just be what you want, but then you've collected a gift already, right? You've collected a gift already. So you need to understand, you need to learn that for every time that you receive a gift, you sell your right to choose. You sell your right to choose. For every time you receive a gift, you sell your right. You sell your right to dictate what actually happens. See, the giver, this is a law. The giver is superior to the receiver. The lender is superior to the borrower. It is fundamental law of life. That's why the Bible says it is more blessed to give than to receive, because the giver, whoever gives, is superior to whoever is receiving. So learn to understand that. In fact, learn to understand that nothing is actually free. There is nothing that is free in this life. Nothing is free. Look at the downfall of Troy. They thought they received a free gift. But guess what happened? The soldiers, their enemies, was in that gift. There was a virus that was installed in that gift that destroyed the whole city. Understand that whenever you receive a gift, especially a gift that you do not understand, you do not understand the reason. So one of the things that you need to learn is how to ask why. Why are you giving me this gift? Why are you giving this to me? What did I do to deserve this? He said he's going to buy an iPhone 16 and you're excited about it. Question why? Why does he want to get? Is it your father? Is it your dad? Is it your uncle? Is it your relative? Why does he want to give that to you? What did you do to deserve it? What service did you render for you to receive that? He says it's a gift. Is it really a gift and there are no strings attached? Some of the questions you should learn to ask yourself. Beware of the Trojan horse. Some gifts that come to you are nothing but Trojan horse. They are nothing but a virus. They come into your life. Those gifts come into your life to contaminate you, to create room for the enemy. To create room for the enemy. That is what this is about. So, when you do not understand the motive behind the gift, you should learn to say no. Understand that nothing is free. So learn to say no. When gifts come to you, learn to use your no more than you use your yes. See, I don't know how to beat this into your head, but understand that nothing is actually free. Nothing is free. Like nothing, absolutely nothing is free. Now, am I saying that there are people who cannot actually give gifts, without strings attached and all of those kind of things? Of course, there are people like that. But question, how many percentage of them do we actually have in the world? How many percentage of them do we have? How many people are that kind? How many people are that selfless? That's the question. So learn to say no, right? Learn to say no more than you say yes. As long as you do not understand the motive behind the gift. And when I say motive, I don't just mean what the person says, but what the person does. What the person does. What the person does. Action speaks louder than words. Understand what is the motive behind the gift. And once you see that the motive does not align with what you can offer, say no. It's as simple as that. Because if you take it, what you've done is that you've created space, you've installed a virus, you've installed a Trojan horse, you've brought a Trojan horse into your into your city that has been well fenced. And guess what? The soldiers at night are going to destroy you. They're going to destroy your city. It is just a matter of time. So learn to say no. Learn to make your own money if you are a lady. Listen, I know you want soft life. I know you want to, you want to enjoy the good things, of life and all of that. But see, listen, I've related with many ladies in my life. And one of the things that men respect about women is when a woman has her own money. Now, nobody is saying if you're in a relationship, you shouldn't be spoiled and all of that. Yeah, it's cool, it's fine. But there's something about having your own money. There's a respect that it commands for you. Now you might be thinking, if I have my own money, what do I need a man for? That's a stupid way of thinking anyway. If money is all you need a man for, that means you don't even know what you're doing with your life. You don't know what you want. So learn to make your own money. Learn to drop out of the stupid expectations that people have. Learn to drop out of the stupid expectations you have about others. They are not your father. There are people there are things you should not expect from people. I used to tell people, don't expect from other people what you cannot give to yourself. Don't expect, it's criminal. Don't expect from other people what you cannot give to yourself. That's wickedness. That's selfishness. It doesn't make any sense. And worst off, you get angry when they don't give it to you. Is it your money? Is it your money? If it was that easy, go and do it for yourself. If it was that easy. Right? Don't expect from others what you cannot do for yourself. And if someone does something to you, learn to express gratitude, but also learn to set the boundaries and define every fucking friendship. If a gift is coming to you, understand what that gift is for. Understand the auspices under which the person is giving the gift. Is he giving the gift as my boyfriend? Is he giving the gift because he wants to sleep with you? Understand it right here, so you will know how to say yes or how to say no. And this is not just about relationships. In businesses, in business deals, in nations, there are some things that are happening in our world right now that came as a result of you. When you hear this, one day I'm gonna talk about what they call the guys of philanthropy, right? The guys of philanthropy. I'm going to talk about that in a separate video one of these days anyway. Nations use it. Tyrants use it when they want to dominate a country. What they do is that they first of all send gifts. They send gifts in form of grants. They send gifts in form of aid, right? And then a country that borrows, a nation that borrows, a nation that has been receiving gifts, that has been receiving aid. Guess what happened? When your lender comes to you and they tell you they want to set up a military base in your country, what happens? They are at liberty to do it because you are indebted to them. That's what it is basically. So understand the game of life. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not just exclusive to these things. Understand how it works in every of your relationship, at every level of your relationship. Be careful what you receive from people. Do not receive a gift that you do not know the price. Do not receive a gift that you do not know the price. Again, I repeat, do not receive a gift that you do not know the price. When I say price, I don't mean money. The price, what I mean is the price that you have to pay for you to reciprocate that gift. And if it's something you know you cannot reciprocate, simply say no. I hope you found this video helpful anyway. If you did, drop your comment, something you learned from this video, right? And if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section. If you found this valuable, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.